Hey guys, so this is my first terrarium that I've ever made, and I made a big mistake. First I started off with this 2-gallon jug. For this terrarium, I used Christmas moss, Taiwan moss, and this other vertical growing moss that I don't have the name of. First, I started off by rinsing out the rocks that I was going to use at the bottom for the water trap. This is going to make sure that if there's any excess water, it's going to go there and not flood the soil. For the soil, I used this aquarium substrate. The aquarium store that I went to said that this would work fine instead of having to come up with our own concoction of different materials, which is going to make it a lot easier since it's my first time. After I put the soil in, I went around outside and found some sticks and stuff to use inside of the terrarium. I started off with this stick and trimmed it down to a size that would fit well inside of the jar and placed it like this to give some room for things to grow over and under it. Shortly after that though, I changed my mind and used this piece of wood, which is going to make it look a lot more open. The first plant I decided to put in was this taller growing moss. I placed it in the corner next to the piece of wood to leave room for other things and to just keep it looking nice and open. Secondly, I put in the Christmas moss. I ended up placing it on the upper level that I created, which had the perfect amount of room for it. I also used one of the sticks that I found outside to guide the stem of the other plant away from this area. Next, I placed the Taiwan moss on the lower level, right in the middle where it was nice and open and it had room to grow. Afterwards, I decided to put these rocks in, creating a little walkway going up and having a bigger rock just to have something for the moss to grow on and just to add to the overall look of it. Now that I had everything placed just where I wanted it, we added some water, and this is where I made the big mistake. As you can see in this clip, we were putting in a whole bunch of water. Since it was a brand new terrarium, we thought that it needed a lot of water to get going, but we honestly couldn't be any farther from the truth. After recording all of these clips, I did some more research and found out that really we should only have added enough water to make the soil moist. But as you can see, it's soaked. I knew that the terrarium had to stay very humid, but we put in probably 3 times as much water as we needed to. So the next morning, I went around and wiped off all the water that had built up on the sides to start removing water from the system. As you can see here, there is a whole bunch of water built up and the soil is soaked. I mean, there's a puddle starting to build up at the bottom. That means we have way too much. So for the next few days, I'm just gonna keep an eye on this and make sure that the soil is staying damp but not too soaked. And I'll keep y'all updated with some videos about how this turns out. And if there's any other tips that you guys have, or if there was something that I'm doing wrong, just let me know in the comments. Thanks, guys.